I put something together on behalf of our community, on behalf of Paseo Boricua, and on behalf of the history of our community. And we wanted to do something simple because we believe that that's how she would have wanted it. My mother taught me that there are 3 kinds of people in this world. One that is the kind of person that is in your life for a short amount of time, for a moment. But after that moment, they've impacted the way you think for the rest of your life. There's the kind of person that's in your life for a period of time to help you go through difficult times, to help you understand the lessons that you're supposed to learn from that time in your life. And there are the lifetime people that impact your life and are there forever, and you will never miss them because they will always be there. And I believe that Doña Clary, for all of us, has been either one, if not all, of those kind of people in our lives, in one person. And this is in honor of her memory and in honor of her legacy in our life and in our community. Thank you for coming.
This shirt came out of a 3-week stay that me, my brother, and a whole bunch of people stayed with Doña Clary, and that's the kind of person that she was. She didn't know me, she didn't know who I was, and she said, you know, she almost took me in as a son. I felt like I was so cared for. And when we went to Puerto Rico, it was like her house was my house. You know, I found myself in the kitchen going through the fridge. I found myself, you know, up at night, and she would make, you know, in the morning coffee, she would make breakfast, she would make whatever it is to make sure that, you know, I was okay, that Jose was okay, my brother was okay. And she was a magician in many ways. And when Judy talked about how we want to do something simple, is because whenever we saw Doña Clary, she was a very focused, and she didn't like things to be all extravagant. She was very simple, but at the same time very complex. Because as soon as she got home, you heard all the little details and all the little ideas and all the little critiques that she would have of all the activities or events that would take place. That's the kind of person that she was. In the kitchen, like I said, a magician. I don't know where she was able to cook up some of those things, but in about 20 seconds flat, you had a whole banquet. And it was like, it was an amazing thing to see, and we all had a chance to share with her food, which is where this shirt comes from. If you look at the shirt, you see Doña Clary in the position like this. If you guys know, Michael Jordan is in the position like this, and we called her Air Clary while we were there in Puerto Rico, and on the bottom it says, just cook it.
I'd like to thank all of you for coming and sharing this moment with our family. I don't know that there's anything that I can say about Clary that you don't already know or that you haven't already heard. To me, she was an angel. And this time is very difficult for me because she was here with us last year. A year ago today, she was with us. Clary never forgot my birthday. Never forgot Mother's Day or the holidays. And I have a stack of cards that I've saved that she sent me. But most importantly, my relationship with Clary was super special because I was the youngest in the family. I am the youngest in the family. I never knew my father or our father. I really didn't know him. But it was through Clary that I learned about my father. It was through Clary that I learned about my grandparents and the stories and all the stuff that she would tell us. And her love for me was undeniable, because mine was for her. And all I can say is that she knows that I stand here today, and I know that she knows how much I loved her. She was my angel, and she will always be my angel. Thank you.
I was in Puerto Rico with my dad last year, and we went to say we're leaving the next day to the airport. We went to Clary's house, and we just got there pretty late. And she opened the door, and she was happy to see us. The first thing she did was go to the kitchen, and she fed all of us like 5 minutes in this whole entree. I still don't know how it was done.
I'll never forget that she always wanted us to be happy. She says, si no pueden estar felices, you know, canten, pero estén felices. So that's how I want to remember Clary. She was always very happy. She wanted everybody to be real happy.
Yo creo que Mita fue la mamá de todos. Punto y coma. Mita era la mamá de nosotros. Y yo siempre los considero a todos ustedes como José, como a Mercedes, Celi, como mis hermanas. Yo aprendí muchas cosas de Clary. Yo llegué a visitar, a buscar con ella un par de veces. Y su humildad, su humanidad era algo que contagió. Y como dice Irma, no podemos dejar a Pincho al lado, porque Pincho también era un ser al que todos quisimos como un hermano. Y yo me recuerdo que Bernal, mi esposo, que todo el mundo lo conoce, era un poquito tímido, pero con Pincho se venía a veces los domingos aquí a hacer que ayudaba, pero no pegaba, y yo escuchaba la risa de ellos. Bernardo se moría de la risa, Pincho haciéndole yo no sé qué chiste, y gozaban. So, yo pienso que Clary, Pincho y todas las personas como ellos que se nos van a otro espacio no nos han dejado. Están con nosotros, están aquí.
I just wanted to say that, like everybody, I loved Doña Clary very much. She was always so wonderful. And she gave me this bag one day, I think it was during Fiesta Boricua one year. I just happened to have made vejigantes and I saw her and I gave her one. And she insisted that I have this bag, which it's kind of faded now because it was a while ago. But it has all the prisoners' faces on the thing. Y dice que salgan ya. And that was during, you know, I guess it was, yeah, so it's been a while, ¿verdad? So yo quiero poner esto aquí con las otras cosas.
Entonces, hablando de Doña Clary, pues tengo que mencionar a Don Pincho, porque Pincho y yo y Mariano tuvimos unas experiencias bien juntas en la panadería. Hicimos pan, hicimos de todo, y yo quiero que ustedes sepan que la única persona que me traía regalos de Puerto Rico era Don Pincho. Y entonces pues claro que esa es parte de Doña Clary, porque ellos pues eran bien juntos y ellos querían mucho a mi Mariano, y yo agradezco muchísimo todo el amor que ellos le tenían a mi Mariano.
If life is a journey, then who you take that journey with is of extreme importance. It's of special significance. And Doña Clary, to me, epitomized what one of the Chilean songwriters of the 60s and 70s, Violeta Parra, talked about when she wrote her classic song, Gracias a la Vida. I say that because through the ups and downs of the campaign, beginning in 1976, but on an everyday basis, when Doña Clary came, she always brought with her not only the tropical warmth and culture of Puerto Rico, but the love of someone who understood what it was to be a revolutionary in chess sense of the word. I say that because it is important that here at this moment, I know that apart from the fact that we should be celebrating, it's also a motive for inspiration. The way Clary lived her life, the way she taught by example, not only in the political sphere, but in the familial sphere, in the social sphere, how she always talked about forgiving, not forgetting, forgiving was of supreme importance. I'll never forget how her motto was always to make sure that everyone around her was fed and comfortable, not only in her house, but when she would travel to Chicago.
I just want you to know that Clary, my sister, was incredibly, I don't know what, but she was a fanatic about cleanliness. One day, I'm staying at her house, and all of a sudden, this explosion takes place. 6 o'clock in the morning. And I said, oh my God, what's happening here? At that time, we were being pursued by the FBI, and everybody said, what is Clary to making some illegal stuff here. I get up, and all of a sudden, she's in the bathroom, and everything has exploded. She mixed ammonia with Clorox, left about it, and exploded. I say this because it's something that obviously is so interesting about Clary, about how she was concerned about minutia, but she had this incredible sense of humanity that was infinite. I think my sister's death transformed a lot of things. I went to visit my brother 2 weeks ago with Luis Gutierrez and Alejandro. And my brother, we said, ask her, it's time for you to come home. Obviously, if it was his will, he would be home, right? It's not his will, it's the will of the government of the United States. But that said, we wanted to send a clear message that it was important for him to join us. And he responded by saying, in all of my life, and particularly in the last 29 years, I have never felt selfish. But when my sister died, it was the first time I felt selfish. I have never seen Oscar cry, and he cried. I think the most important lesson that my sister taught me was something that all of us have been taught. Love your neighbor as you would yourself. And my sister went beyond that. My sister taught us, love your neighbor, because he or she is your neighbor. Not for any selfish reasons about how you love yourself, but about loving others, because they are your others in the sense of the holy other. Thank you very much.